Well, good morning, Harvest family. Here we are, officially into summer. You know, last week it seemed like it wanted to rain every day and was kind of cool, and then summer came in on Sunday, and it seems like it's been 90 degrees and humid every day, so kind of already looking forward to some cool weather in the fall. Might even say a little impatient for that. The writer of Hebrews says in chapter 10, verse 36, "For ye have need of patience." Good old KJV translation there, "Ye have need of patience." I came across this verse from an entry in David Jeremiah's devotional book titled Greater Purpose. Thank you, Wayne and Myra, by the way. It was an entry from an early March devotional. And it was, of course, right as we were getting into all the coronavirus lifestyle changes and interruptions, and might even say aggravations. And David Jeremiah began the devotional passage with this statement: "We are a horn-honking, microwaving, FedExing, fast food eating, express lane shopping, in a hurry nation. We don't like to wait," and to that I might add, we don't like to wait at the left turn stoplight at the intersection of Highway 17 and Smith Neck Road. That's all I'll say about that. But we don't like to wait at stoplights. We don't like to wait in traffic. We don't like to stand in line. We don't like to be put on hold. We want instant access and 24-hour convenience. And let's be honest, even as Christians, sometimes on a Sunday afternoon, we don't even like to have to wait till Monday to get a Chick-fil-A sandwich. But add to all that, we can certainly say we don't like waiting on this crazy coronavirus thing to be over and done with. In his devotional, Dr. Jeremiah shared an excerpt from a book that's titled The Disciplines of Life, and he specifically shared from this one chapter called The Discipline of Delay. You know, as you look in God's Word, and you see all throughout God's Word, this principle is at play. Think about Noah. It took him 100 years to build the ark, all the while preaching, never a single convert. And then look at Abraham, the chosen one to be the father of the nation of Israel. Again, 100 years old before he realized the son of promise. Think about Joseph's years in Egypt. He was just the victim of cruel circumstances. Yet at the end, he was still able to say and proclaim, "What man meant for evil, God meant it for good." As we look around and perhaps impatiently look around, just wondering when all this is going to be over, I hear God saying to me, "Ronnie boy, ye have need of patience." You know, David Jeremiah closed his devotional with this statement: "Remember that delay never thwarts God's purposes." Amidst all the coronavirus, amidst all the unrest in our nation today, God has a purpose. God is at work. And even when it seems to us that He is delaying His answer to our prayers, to our perhaps impatient prayers, He still has a plan, and His plan will not be thwarted by delay. Someday this will all be over, but an even better promise for the believer, as that someday it will all have just begun. Someday it will all be over. Someday it will all be done, and we'll lay our heavy burdens down. When at His feet we bow, at last we will be home forever. Someday it will all be over. all be over. Someday it will all be done, and at last the bitter taste of death forever will give way to tears of joy and life eternal. Someday it will all be over. No more wars and no more hate, only love and harmony. When we see our King on his mercy seat, all our pain and fears will finally cease. So someday it will all be over. Someday it will all be over. Someday it will all be done, and we'll lay a heavy burden down. When at his feet we bow, at last we will be home forever. Someday it will all have just